Should I use a pickup line or just go up and talk to the girl? Actually, you might be surprised that even the best pickup line may have the effect of turning her off instead of getting you a proper chance with her. Hi, it's David Bauer, and this week I want to talk about the difference between openers versus pickup lines. Now, in my last video, I briefly brushed over what openers were versus pickup lines and why I personally don't use pickup lines. And some of you have expressed that you would like me to go a little deeper on those differences. So, here we go. By the end of this episode, you will have a clear understanding of one of the best and most natural ways to approach women and how not to sound corny when you're doing it. So first, I want to tell you that the way I learned this was through very painful past experiences in which I actually tried to use pickup lines and they had little to no effect. In fact, quite often, they would have the opposite effect of what I was going for and usually resulted in me getting shut down very, very quickly. Now, I realize this may be different for some men out there. There are some men who use pickup lines very successfully. I'm not one of them. So I'm just going to show you a different way to do it. So first I want to talk about the difference between pickup lines versus openers. Now, what is a pickup line? A pickup line is usually a very candid statement, something like, "Can I buy you a drink?" Or, "Hey, Cupid called, he needs my heart back." Something that's usually very candid and usually very cheesy. Now, what is an opener on the other hand? Well, an opener is more situationally directed. It usually is a statement to the girl about the situation that both of you are in. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of each? Well, with a pickup line, it's quick, it's easy to remember, and it's quite often very direct. The problem, though, is it's also quite often well-known, candid, and usually comes off as pretty corny. Quite often, she's already been approached by every beer goggle Bob, and they have all used this line before. Unfortunately, it comes off as inauthentic and not very unique. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of an opener? An opener is unique, fits the situation naturally, and authentic. The only problem is it quite often takes a little creativity to come up with an opener, and you do run the risk of botching it because it was completely spontaneous. A good opener does put you in a good light because it shows you have a higher level of thinking. Both pickup lines and openers have the potential to lead to a conversation, but openers have a much higher potential and will lead to a much more authentic conversation. So how do you come up with a good opener? Well, what I like to do is analyze the situation and base my opener on that. Let's say I see her standing in line at a coffee shop. Now, whether I am familiar with the menu at this coffee shop or not doesn't matter. She doesn't know if I'm a regular or not. So I'll ask her what is good at this location, and I'll try to follow that up with some small talk. Let's say we're at a bookstore and she's holding a book in her hand. I'm going to look at the book, look at the title of the book, and ask her a question about that book, which of course she'll answer, and I'll follow it up with small talk or other questions about the details of the book or maybe why she's interested in that particular topic. You see, the idea behind an opener is that it gets her talking and it puts both of you into a conversation where you can now learn about each other. An interaction like this is one of the most crucial steps in creating attraction with a woman you're interested in. In conclusion, openers will lead you to an authentic and engaging conversation with the woman you're attracted to. Now, again, they do require some creativity because you have to analyze the situation and come up with a unique opener that fits that situation. My suggestion? Run through a few scenarios in your mind. Imagine different places and circumstances where you could meet a woman and how you would approach that woman with an opener. This is not only good visualization practice because you're focusing on a successful interaction with this woman, but it will also allow you to test in your own mind a few different openers so that you will have those in your back pocket. Eventually, you'll develop an arsenal of openers to fit different situations. If you use these openers rather than pickup lines, you'll not only show her that you have a higher level of thinking and you're conversational, but you'll also be displaying an authentic interest in her and who she is, which will be attractive to her. I do go deeper on the topic of psychological attraction, confidence, etc. in my courses, workshops, and one-on-one coaching. And if you're interested in any of that, I have included the links below. And I do know that it's hard to ask for help when it comes to something like this. But I want you to understand this is probably the best thing you can ever do for yourself in life. It doesn't just benefit you when it comes to learning how to attract women. This kind of information benefits you in all matters of life. I know. I've been there. I did it. And I want you to have those same experiences, and I want you to experience that same success. So yeah, check out the links below. And that's the tip for this week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share with your friends, leave a comment, and as always, get out there and ace it.